The face of Durham region is beginning to change, slowly. It may have the lowest rate of immigration in the GTA, but it's doing more and more to attract and retain immigrants to the slower-paced rural area.
Diversity now seems to be the catchphrase almost.
The majority of immigrants are settling in Ajax and Pickering, where there are welcome centers open to help them with their questions and concerns, and there are many.
They will ask for assistance with PR card renewal, completing their income tax forms.
Immigrants face similar problems now to what they did 30 years ago. Finding work, integrating into society, learning a new language, and the possibility of discrimination are all shadows hanging over immigrants as they come to make a better life for themselves and their families. Will McGurk immigrated to Canada from Ireland in 1985. He's considered one of the original immigrants to Durham who came from Northern Europe.
I think it was harder in a way for us coming here because there wasn't so many services available to us. Or if there was, we had no idea that they were available to us. We had no idea. But we weren't so obviously immigrants. So that kind of might have helped.
He's seen the area change significantly.
But you didn't sort of have those sort of visible diversities. Unless maybe like it might be the colour of the hair. Again, you know, you had brown hair, black hair, white hair, ginger hair. I think that was it. That's your European sort of colours, right? So I didn't find it diverse at all. It wasn't visibly diverse. Yeah, I mean, much more so now. And not even, Durham region is visibly diverse.
Today, immigrants account for about 20% of Durham's overall population. They used to come mostly from the UK, but now it's Southeast Asia and Central America. Immigrants to Durham usually follow a similar pattern, landing in Toronto and moving outward.
Migration simply happens from Toronto out. And of course, Ajax and Pickering are closest to Toronto, so they've seen the highest levels of immigrant communities, and that movement continues to shift east.
With an aging population and declining birth rates, immigration is important for sustaining population growth. That's one of the reasons the region is trying to meet the needs of everyone in the community.
The best and the brightest from around the world are coming to Canada, and we need to find ways to ensure that they choose Durham region as their destination. And that is through creating cultures of inclusion and building settlement capacity in this community to meet the needs of the people who come here.
Abdul Basit is a student at UOIT. When he and his family immigrated to Canada from Pakistan 6 years ago, they visited a welcome center which offers settlement services, language classes, and employment support. But the reality of getting that support isn't as easy as it looks on paper. Abdul wishes they'd had more help.
They just gave us some templates and they're like, just read those templates and it will, you'll be able to find a decent job, but nothing helped, nothing at all. Like, it's just like, you know, they'll just give you a useless piece of paper, just be like, you know, living in a foolish train, just, you know, look at that and it will help you. Nothing. Never helps, no.
Harvin Sial works as a settlement worker at the Welcome Centers and believes one of the biggest challenges facing immigrants to the region is finding sustainable employment because of a lack of experience and language barriers.
Clients, he was taking English classes and somehow he was talking to the teacher or just confiding in the teacher that his siblings had not eaten anything, like they go to school and they don't have any lunch. And the teacher was really concerned about that. So she brought this person over to see me and said, you know, Parvin, is there anything you can do? Because if these children are not eating and they are in school, somebody might report them to CAS.
Hermia Corbett, the manager of the Ajax Welcome Center, counsels people every day who face discrimination, especially in the workplace.
Different form of discriminatory acts that people experience, they're very broad. It can be along the lines of name calling, you know, stereotypical remarks are made, certain groups are shunned in the workplace, they're isolated, or they're given shifts that, you know, persons wouldn't generally accept. So for example, the very late evening shifts. And those are some of the different comments that were shared with regards to the acts of discrimination that newcomers experienced in the workplace.
While the region can say it's taking steps to attract newcomers, it's important to retain them here as well. To keep newcomers in Durham region, finding employment is a must, and that's not always easy. Donald Ebokwe helps newcomers make these tough transitions and believes Durham is on the right track.
I also commend the region of Durham in their vision and, of course, arising now to confront these challenges head on through planning, through ensuring that you attract, very good business, important businesses that will create jobs in the region and employ residents of the region. Trying to attract immigrants with, high skills and high net worth that can also start their own business in the region.
So it's like a parent and a child, and then the hand protecting it.
On the surface, Durham region is taking steps to show its new face and become a place where diversity can thrive. But it's struggling to find new ways to ensure diversity in education, policing, and culture. Esther Ford opened a cultural art gallery in Ajax 8 years ago and tries to make the gallery a reflection of the community around her.
We are making steps and strides. However, there is still a lot of work to be done. So hopefully, for the next generation, we won't have to worry so much about diversity, but more as celebrating Canada Day as one. I think as far as the region is concerned, more opportunities, having more people or persons of color, not necessarily black, but in public areas and public positions, so that the general public will learn to deal with other people of different cultures and races and just understand, hey, they're just like you and I.